taking a break from cooking just a minute to talk about a really neat trip that a local plastic surgeon took. Dr. David Janssen, one of the sponsors of our shows from Fox Valley Plastic Surgery, is normally here to talk about some of the wonderful treatments that you do. Doctor, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. Thanks.
We're still all talking about this light surgery that you had done. What was the name of that again?
Well, BBL, broadband light.
Unbelievable. So a great way to look younger without going under the knife and affordable.
It is very affordable.
Anyway, so if you're interested in that, you can call them and they'll be happy to tell you more about it. But right now we're going to talk about just an amazing trip that you recently went on in August. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I was invited to go on a trip by people that didn't know me and I didn't know. They found me through an internet search and asked me if I'd go to Peru to 11,000 feet in the Andes in the winter there to do plastic surgery.
And so, what did you say?
Well, I said no.
Right.
Quite frankly,
I wasn't
said,
ready. Yeah.
It's 10 days in the middle of their winter, in the middle of our summer, and I said no. I've got commitments, and I thought about it, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I said I'll go. And so I'm a pediatric fellowship trained plastic surgeon. They knew that, they had that on me, and I said I'm going to go.
You know, sometimes it's, yeah, like you say, you wake up in the middle of the night and you know, so yeah, why did you choose to go?
Well, I chose to go because I had always had a plan to go. Once my kids were getting ready for college, it was always in the plan. But the plan was to go someplace warm when it's cold in Wisconsin,
right.
Not the opposite. But they told me that if I didn't go, the mission was going to fall apart because they need two plastic surgeons with the two teams that they essentially run. And if I didn't go, the mission was going to be scrapped. And although I didn't know them, I was being called.
Yeah, and yeah, how could you not? I guess. So you go there, and I mean, long days. You're up early. Lots of roadblocks. What were you there doing?
Well, we were there doing, you know, anything that came through the door. But in a country that doesn't have modern amenities, people cook with open flames. They cook either with a fire pit or gas or alcohol stoves. So we're dealing with burns, and significant burns to kids and adults. We're dealing with burned hands.
We're seeing some pictures here.
And so, yeah, he was burned all the way through his scalp and skull, and so his actual skin was pulsing with the blood supply to his brain. And we're actually working on his ear, where we did grafting behind the ear on this young fella. And so, you know, we're trained to do all of this from our training in, you know, general surgery, plastic surgery, and again, the pediatric plastic surgery fellowship I did. And so we would deal with that. We would deal with hands. We deal with adults. And just, it's an amazing thing to just not know. Normally now when I do surgery, I've pretty well planned it unless it's an emergency, and I can think about it, think about what I'm going to do, how I'm going to approach the problem. This is, they come in and we're going to do it this afternoon or tomorrow.
Right, right, and they keep coming.
Well, they come from a long way away. It's difficult for them to travel. They're walking to get to us, and it's a long ways.
Wow, 7 in the morning your day would start. Sometimes you said you wouldn't get in until 10 or later at night. Long, long day. It
would be a long day. And we're at 11,000 feet, and so at altitude you're dehydrating, you're sore. It just is different to be doing that surgery at elevation.
No heat in your house that you even stayed in when I bet you wore that coat 24/7.
We wore coats, we had sleeping bags, and they had incredible alpaca blankets, so it kept us warm.
Sure. Some of the other challenges, you know, did you have access to the medicine you need, the operating rooms?
Oh, no, is the basic answer. We're working in a remote hospital that had one reasonable operating room, but we brought our own equipment, and actually we had brought 2 anesthesia machines, but they were both broken. We had to actually take apart both of them and put them together to make one anesthesia machine that would work.
What are we looking at now, doctor?
Well, that's the line of people to see us, and that's our clinic. Our clinic was actually intense outdoors, and so there were people that were coming expecting a miracle. They really believe we operate with a wand because we're Americans. And so they came from all over with incredible. And frequently they were for things that we didn't work on. They wanted glaucoma surgery or cataract surgery or other things, and they just knew it was an American surgical team, and they wanted anything we could give them.
That's really powerful, powerful stuff. I'm sure the trip is something that you'll never forget. Are you planning on maybe going back?
I would go back. Yeah, I was asked to be a trip leader. I'm not certain. We had such a great crew of people, and there were 20 of us that all paid our own way and went. And in spite of it, I don't think I'm quite ready. I want to do one more trip before I decide to do any leadership roles on a mission.
Sure. I bet you'll never forget some of the patients you worked on.
Certainly not. I mean, and it's difficult when you're there for such a short time and you know you can't follow them to do a huge operation on somebody. We took care of a 32-year-old lady who was burned when she was 2. And although health care is free there, you don't get health care if you're poor. So her lower lip was stuck to her chin, and her chin was stuck to her chest. And we released all and grafted it. I can't tell exactly how it worked out. The emails we've gotten is it all worked, but there's a lack of continuity, and it makes doing mission difficult.
Yeah, I bet. Wow, what a cool story. Dr. Janssen, again with Fox Valley Plastic Surgery. We'd love to hear more about the next mission. Hopefully that'll happen sometime soon. And if you're interested in, they do so many wonderful things at your place. So if you've got some concerns, you're interested in this light therapy, what's the best way for people to track you down, find out what you do?
We're very easy to find. We're Fox Valley Plastic Surgery. Just put it on Google and you can find us, but our 800 number is 236-6495.
Dr. Janssen, thanks for sharing. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
You bet. Coming up, we're headed back to the kitchen. We're making some sweet potato French fries to go great with those honey sloppy joes, so stay with us.